Good day to everyone. Thank you for being here with us. My name is Tammy Pisani, and I am the Queensland Membership Manager here at Austmine. I want to welcome everyone to today's Professional Services webinar. We're kicking off the first in the series. So I'm excited to welcome everyone to the Your Brand, Elevating Your Profile. Before we begin, I would like to, on behalf of Austmine and all of today's presenters, I would like to acknowledge that I am hosting this webinar from the lands of the Turrbal and Yagara people, and we acknowledge the traditional custodians of the various lands on which we all meet today, and recognize the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander folks attending this webinar. Thanks for being with us today. This webinar series is designed to connect members and stakeholders with leading professionals who can provide valuable insights across various business disciplines. Today, we kick off the series with Your Brand, Elevating Your Profile, as I mentioned previously, which will be focusing on critical aspects of brand management and innovative marketing and branding strategies to position your organization as an industry leader. We will then continue this series with Your Legal Compass, offering guidance on managing legal compliance and protecting IP, for example, which I know is very important to our members, followed by Your Growth Path, exploring the role of training and development in enhancing organizational capabilities. All right, for today's format will consist of presentations from each of our member presenters, followed by a live Q&A session. If you do have a question during, or I should say, if you have a question for any of our presenters during the webinar, please type them into the Q&A interface, which is at the bottom of your screen. And if a question is directed at a specific presenter, please note that in the question. The webinar is being recorded and will be available, of course, on demand. So again, joining us today are representatives from 3 leading member companies who will share their strategies for building a strong brand identity and leveraging digital platforms to reach key stakeholders. Today's presenters are Andrew Kindon with Team Marketing Agency, Julie Bellinge with Brand Foundry, and Hannah Frankish and Emelia with Ironbark Marketing. Ironbark Marketing, and they are going to present for you now. All right, ladies, over to you.
Thank you, Tammy, and to Austmine for hosting the webinar. I'm Emelia Chalker. I'm one of the directors of Ironbark Marketing, and I'll be joined today by my fellow director, Hannah Frankish. We'll be discussing strategies to enhance brand visibility and reputation in the mining and METS sectors. Just a little bit about Ironbark. So Ironbark is a boutique consultancy specializing in the strategic direction and implementation of marketing activities, clients in the energy, resources, healthcare, and technology sectors. We work with mining and METS companies across Australia and abroad. Today's presentation, we're going to be talking about how mining and METS companies can elevate their brand profile and reputation. And we're looking at 3 distinct key areas. So the first one is Deepen Stakeholder Engagement. The second one is Optimize Digital Presence. And the third one is Showcase Innovation and Sustainability. And in this presentation, we'll explore each of these areas and we'll highlight real-world examples to showcase these key areas. So building strong relationships with key stakeholders, it's really understanding who our stakeholders are. So in that little graph over there, we're looking at the government, investors, partners, customers, community. So it's crucial that you maintain strong relationships with your stakeholders, and it's essential to engage with stakeholders regularly. This could include periodic updates through newsletters, meetings, or briefings. And engagement isn't just about pushing out information, it's about fostering dialogue. So encourage stakeholders to share their thoughts, concerns, and suggestions is really important. Also, don't wait for stakeholders to come to you with issues. So proactively reach out to keep them informed and involved, and especially during any critical projects or changes. We're also looking at understanding stakeholder needs and aligning brand messaging. So understanding what stakeholders value most requires thorough research. So this might include surveys, interviews, or analysing trends within your stakeholder groups. Once you understand their needs, tailor your brand messaging to align with these priorities. This could involve highlighting aspects of your businesses that resonate with stakeholders, such as your commitment to safety, sustainability, and innovation. And then be cultural sensitive. So especially in a global industry like mining and METS, it's important to be culturally aware. So understand the cultural context of your stakeholders can help in crafting messages that are both respectful and effective. Also show how your brand's offerings directly address stakeholder concerns or contribute to their success. This makes your messaging more relevant and impactful and reinforcing the relationship. And lastly, gathering and acting on stakeholder feedback. So it's not enough just to collect feedback. It's crucial to actively listen. So understand the underlying concerns or aspirations that stakeholders are expressing. Once feedback is received, respond promptly. So whether it's implementing suggestions or addressing concerns or simply acknowledging the input, timely action shows that you value their contribution. By using the feedback to drive, will help to drive continuous improvement within your company. And this feedback will also help with closing the loop, which helps to build trust and encourages further engagement. One of our real world examples was with MEC. So MEC, they're now called MEC, formerly known as MEC Mining. They are a mining, a global technical consulting firm that offers a comprehensive range of services spanning the entire project lifecycle. They engaged Ironbark Marketing to conduct market research. And we helped look at their database and looked at current ad hoc lapsed clients or new prospects. The qualitative research was undertaken by telephone, and we interviewed middle to senior managers. Within the survey, the main objective was to really get clarity around MECs, to how respondents perceived MEC by looking at their customer experience, their consultancy engagement process, as well as the range of services, value proposition, and industry positioning. So the overall summary that really helped and confirmed this for MEC was the market confirmed that most of the customers were satisfied with their experience. Also looked at promoting comprehensive services. So market research suggests that the promoting MEC's full service offering could be beneficial in obtaining additional work. And as MEC is a consultancy firm, the market research actually highlighted the importance of retaining and expanding MEC's pool of highly skilled consultants. So this focus is crucial, capitalizing on current market conditions and ensuring continued success and growth. MEC used this information to enhance their customer experience by tailoring their marketing strategy. We refined their messaging and helped build brand awareness across the industry, both from a sales and talent perspective, nationally and internationally. The second thing we're looking at is optimizing digital presence for visibility. So leveraging content marketing, SEO, and social media. Content marketing nowadays is really crucial and important in a marketing strategy for companies. So developing and share valuable, relevant content that speaks directly to your audience. This could include blog posts, white papers, case studies, or video content. In this particular slide, which is being provided by Content Marketing Institute, and they released the 2024 outlook for B2B customers. And it really highlights that nearly 3/4, 72% say they use generative AI, but 61% say the organization lacks guidelines for its use. Content produced the best results were case studies, customer stories, videos, thought leadership ebooks, white papers, and articles. What was really interesting is that the market has cited a lack of resources at a top situational challenge. So this is an area where our business can provide support to marketing teams within organizations who need assistance with the delivering content creation. And then we look at another key component is SEO, so search engine optimization, on-page and off-page SEO, and then social media, so platform selections, ensuring you've got the right platforms where your stakeholders are most active. LinkedIn is obviously a key platform for B2B engagement in the mining and METS sectors. Another important aspect, and we'll share some ideas with you, is email marketing and also participating in industry events and awards to boost credibility. So it's really important to actually promote yourself in industry events, companies. So looking at recognizing innovation, sustainability, or excellence in services, winning or even being shortlisted for these awards enhances your brand's reputation and provides a third-party validation of your efforts. And lastly, before I hand over to Hannah, is awards and recognitions serve as a powerful endorsements. So increasing stakeholder trust and making your brand more attractive to potential clients and partners is essential. I'll now hand over to Hannah, who will take you through some real-world examples.
Thanks, Amelia. My name's Hannah Frankish. I'm one of the other directors of Ironbark Marketing. I'm just going to take you through our real-world example of digital presence and campaigns. So Agreco is a global leader in providing energy solutions that help businesses grow and communities thrive. So they're one of our clients. And with the mining sector increasingly becoming more focused on its ESG responsibilities, Agreco wanted to boost brand presence in industry, especially in the areas of greener energy, so making miners more aware of their sustainable and renewable energy solutions, and also investment partnership. So that's making miners aware that they are a investment partner that partners from the beginning of a project across the life of mine. So Ironbark was engaged to develop a marketing communication strategy with the objectives of increasing brand awareness in the global mining sector, gaining authority and positioning Agreco as a thought leader and innovator in that space, elevating Agreco's brand perception with sustainability and innovation messaging, and positioning Agreco as a leading partner for flexible power, cooling and heating solutions in the mining industry. So some of the digital content and channels we used to implement the strategy were a really significant size white paper that we entitled Mining's Mission to Net Zero. We used digital campaigns to drive traffic to this landing page and to obviously download the white paper. We kept it gate kept, given that it was such a significant resource. So we actually captured leads from here. So first name, last name, email to actually download the complete white paper. But obviously we gave a good taste of what was included in the white paper on the landing page to make sure people would be interested. And then we had these social media banner images. Oh, sorry, I just realized I haven't clicked over onto the next slide. Sorry. Social media banner images. Some of them were paid campaigns and some were organic that directed traffic to this landing page, which is on the left here, to actually obviously get people to the landing page and then ultimately download the white paper and capture their lead information. So here's some more examples of social banners that we used. So we broke off chapters of the white paper and broke it down into sections. So what each of the banners was about one of the sections of the white paper. And then we use these infographics as well to engage, get some interest going in the content. And so there we had the global energy transition and hydrogen's role in mining decarbonisation, another example. And this was the actual campaign here. So just gives you a little overview of what was involved. So obviously the website, landing page going live, emails that went out, infographics, social media banners and posts, paid campaigns and organic, as I said, and that's the second lot there. So here's some of the, we actually also, sorry, just skipping forward. So we also ran a PR campaign to support this, and we broke each of the releases down into some of the sections of the white paper, or in fact, topical newsworthy things that related to the white paper. And so here you'll see some of the coverage we got for the first release, the results, sorry, the second release here, some results. I'll just skip through these. Sorry, I did way too many slides. So some comprehensive examples of things that they did with some of their mining customers. So Agreco's world-class gas plant to slash CO2 emissions at a gold mine. That was one of the examples. Some more here. Agreco releases top energy trends for guiding miners to net zero. Agreco launches world's lowest emitting modular thermal power generation system. So that was another case study example. And then Agreco looks back at pioneering some big changes for mine power and cooling. So that was an anniversary one that they undertook. And so that all supported their digital campaign with some PR as well, which was nice, and it got some significant coverage in global mining industry media, as you would have seen there. That was just a taste of it. There was more. So yeah, the final point of our presentation is showcasing commitment to safety, innovation, and sustainability. So as global focus shifts towards environmental conservation and social responsibility, stakeholders, including investors, regulators, customers, and communities, are increasingly demanding transparency and accountability from companies regarding their sustainability practices. So for mining companies, which often operate in environmentally sensitive areas, have significant social and economic impacts, showcasing safety, innovation, and sustainability is essential for several reasons. It builds trust and transparency. You've got to meet the regulatory and market expectations. You need to enhance reputation and competitive advantage, and also drive continuous improvement and innovation. So in terms of highlighting innovative solutions, when you think about innovation, it goes beyond new technology. It actually includes novel approaches to solving industry challenges, optimizing processes, and enhancing efficiency. You want to emphasize how your company's innovative solutions address specific industry pain points, such as reducing operational costs, improving safety, or enhancing product quality. You want to use case studies and success stories. Those real-world examples really make it much more impactful. And you want to use visual aids for those as well. So before and after charts, images, short video clips, etc., to make it more engaging and impactful. In terms of continuous improvement, you want to highlight your company's commitment to continuous innovation by discussing ongoing R&D efforts or partnerships with technology providers. And you want to show how your company is staying ahead of industry trends and preparing for future challenges by investing in innovation. In terms of environmental stewardship, you want to outline your company's commitment to reducing its environmental footprint. So this could be initiatives such as reducing emissions, minimizing waste, conserving water, or protecting biodiversity. And you want to provide specific examples for these as well. In terms of social responsibility, you want to discuss your company's efforts to positively impact the communities in which you operate, and you include concrete examples of that as well. And how you also, for compliance and standards, how you are adhering to industry standards and certifications. Finally, you want to appeal to conscious stakeholders. You need to understand the expectations and deliver on those. You want to be transparent in your communication. It's really important here to be honest about the challenges and setbacks as well as successes, because stakeholders value authenticity and are more likely to trust a company that is open about its journey towards sustainability. And you want to build long-term trust. So explain how showcasing your commitment to sustainability and innovation helps build long-term trust with conscious stakeholders. So when they see that your company is genuinely committed to making a positive impact, they're more likely to support and advocate for your brand. So I'll go into the final example just quickly. Sorry, Tammy, I'll be quick, I promise. The real-world example here is Coronado Global Resources, which is a leading international producer of high-quality met coal, which is an essential element in the production of steel. As the tagline says, steel starts here. So Ironbark was engaged to refresh their brand collateral and effectively communicate Coronado's commitment to safety, innovation, and sustainability. And some of those activities included a website refresh, case study development, sustainability reports, AGM highlight videos. Oh, sorry, I realized that hasn't gone through. Here we go. Abstract submissions for mining technology and safety events, award nominations, etc. So here we have just a little website teaser video. So you'll see here that we went through a massive refresh of their website. So it had much more fresh design and improved navigation. There was updated content. This is the news and media page, but there was also new case studies throughout the website. We made sure it was responsive across all devices. Here's an example of some of the pages. And yeah, they were really happy with the outcome. And obviously your website's a living asset, so we're continually updating this with fresh content as well. This is the sustainability landing page on the website. So we helped them to develop that report for this year and the year previous as well. So yeah, we assisted in identifying, crafting case studies for inclusion in the reports, as well as conducting readability reviews and editing of the content and graphic and web design to bring it all to life. So that was a 2022 report. And these are some of the case studies here. So I won't bore you with all the details at the moment, but there's some really impressive active initiatives that they're running there to bolster their innovation, safety, and sustainability. So you can look through that at your leisure later. This was the AGM video that we're not going to have time to have a quick look at. So yeah, that was just the animated logo there that we created to bring to life the Steel Starts Here tagline. And then that was playing when Douglas was presenting at the AGM. So it had a bit of industry advocacy at the beginning about the critical nature of met coal for steel, and then also then went into the results and things. And finally, this was the presentation abstracts and award nominations. So yeah, Coronado had 2 winning solutions recognised at the Queensland Mining Awards this year. Plant Advisor, which harnesses AI to optimise coal processing capabilities in the innovation category, and the Dragline Proximity Awareness System in the safety category. And then there's just examples here of the QMIHS 2023 Innovation Awards, where also the Dragline Proximity Awareness System was recognised. That's on the top right, and Blair Whitney presented at the conference associated with that. And also here at a safety industry forum where Tracy Hennig and Teal Hamilton, who are 2 safety leaders in the business, presented. So yeah, that's it from me. That's those examples to showcase highlighting safety, innovation and sustainability. And yeah, just going to hand over for questions.
All right, thank you, Hannah and Emelia. That's really great presentation, and especially love to see some of those real world case study success examples. Fantastic. All right, so now it's time for the Q&A. You still have time to submit your questions if you haven't already. I do believe that we have some already to start us off. We have a question, let's see here, from Melanie with Resource Industry Network. Melanie would like to know, a large chunk of her digital marketing strategy is organic social media content. Can you speak on this, as in what are some of the top tips or suggestions to grow channels and engagement for METS service-based businesses in a regional area? So perhaps maybe focus on that right there in regional areas. I guess we can go with Hannah or Amelia if you want to take that one. And I'd also invite all of our speakers to turn their cameras back on.
Hi. Yeah, so I've actually responded to Melanie's question in the chat there, so I can reiterate some of my points there. But yeah, I think it's really important to choose the right platforms. Obviously, LinkedIn's really important for B2B. You've got to create really good content as well, so it's got to be really relevant to your audience. It's got to be add value to them, be of value. And also it's really good to include interactive content, so it's not just like posting out a one-way, you actually want to engage in some dialogue and get a conversation started. Yeah, just have a look at what content you want to develop in that space, what's helpful to your audience. It has to be educational and engaging, so it's really good, people want to actually learn and get involved with things. And yeah, as I said, LinkedIn targeting is really powerful for B2B, obviously being a regional based company. So you can target down to that specific area, and you can target down to not just industry, but also job title, seniority. There's really excellent targeting available to be able to reach those audience members who are not already followers of your company page.
Yeah, fantastic. Would have been any of our other presenters today like to add to that? Andrew?
Yeah, put my hand up. Yeah, I just wanted to add to that. Obviously, Resource Industry Network, yeah, budgets are probably something that's critical with any industry body. We work with WASMA, which is the West Australian School of Mines Alumni Association, and obviously they have tight budgets. You'd prefer to be making money from subscriptions and memberships and conferences than spending money on advertising. But what they do have is a lot of members, and obviously they want more members, but the members they have are engaged. They're like Austmine. Everybody wants to be a part of this community. Everybody wants to share. Use them to broadcast your content, because obviously with LinkedIn in particular, it's compounding networking. So the more people that share your stories or write stories about you, for you, or put together a testimonial, it goes to their network, it goes to their network's network. So that's a way of organically accessing larger audiences. Unfortunately, organic used to be fantastic. You just had to be consistent and regular and put out relevant content. Once social media companies started making money out of advertising, they realized they actually were better off to slow that organic growth down a little bit, just so that people felt inclined to spend money. So you've got to kind of use little side doors here and there to get that same traction if you don't want to spend money on paid socials.
Fantastic, thank you. And again, another question, I'll open it up to whoever would like to answer it. How often should a company review its brand and collateral?
Don't want to speak out of turn again. So I personally think that brand does need to be dynamic. It doesn't need to be changed every 1 or 2 years, but it does need to be relevant. And it's, for me, I mean, if you want to put a number on it, I think that every 5 years you should be looking seriously at your brand and critically assessing it compared to design trends and industry trends. And also looking at what your competitors are doing. Once people start going down specific looks and feels, like the folded paper of maybe 3 or 4 years ago, that's no longer as relevant as it used to be. Yeah, I think 5 years, but always being vigilant to see what's changing around you.
Okay. Sorry,
Oh,
thank
can
you.
I think Julie wanted to say something as well.
Yes, thanks,
Oh,
Andrew.
great, please.
Yes, I agree with you. 5 years is usually my so the magic number, but it really depends on how your brand was built to begin with. So if it was not professionally designed or well put together to begin with, then it might be earlier than that. And on the other side, also, if it has been very, very well put together, it might be more than 5 years. So, but usually 5 years is a good average. And my sort of my red flag is usually when your assets starts to look inconsistent. So websites, logos, signage, when you start to use different colors, different images, when your capability statement and your proposal don't look very consistent, that's probably a time to do an audit on your assets and review your brand strategy as a whole.
Thank you for that, Julie. We have time for one more question. I think this is an interesting one because we all are on LinkedIn. And how do you feel, or what are your thoughts on the idea of people being dissatisfied with LinkedIn turning into more of a Facebook? And do you think LinkedIn is still reaching the right level of people? What are your thoughts on that? Would anyone like to have a go at that?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Amelia.
I think LinkedIn is actually still really relevant, particularly in this sector. It is becoming more Facebooking, but I think we need to ensure that the right messaging is being conveyed with what you're promoting. Audiences are still going to be there, and I'm not saying we need to dismiss LinkedIn. We actually have to utilize LinkedIn and all other different channels to capture our stakeholders. In the accounting world, Twitter is actually really well known, but I do think that we need to ensure that we are, as businesses, we're promoting the right type of content that will engage those stakeholders to stay on LinkedIn too. So it's really educational and informative too. I don't know, Hannah, if you want to add anything to that.
I was just going to say that we have found in METS and mining that obviously site-based professionals are checking LinkedIn typically, checking LinkedIn less than C-suite or head office type professionals. Having said that, with these campaigns, that some of the targeting that you can do, we're still finding that we're getting the results. So they clearly are still engaging with the platform, with LinkedIn. So we don't feel, yes, admittedly, you'll see in your feed nowadays more conversational, more short videos, more type of content that feels more casual or feels, as you said, more Facebooky. But I feel like overall people are still, well, a lot of people are still using it in the more traditional way. And I feel that there's not necessarily that much harm, depending on the context and depending on the content, of using LinkedIn in a slightly different way. I've seen professionals engage in really interesting conversations by starting with something a little bit less conventional. So it was a good way of getting attention on a specific topic. So yeah, I don't think they're getting alienated overall, but yeah, I do recognize that some of the content is changing. I think, Andrew, I'll pass over to you.
Yeah, I was just going to add to that. I completely agree. Look, I think that any content is of a particular quality is going to add value. I remember seeing lots of comments probably 2 or 3 years ago that everyone's saying, oh, that's not the kind of thing that you should put on LinkedIn. That's a Facebook kind of a thing. It's only going to get as far as it is relevant. And if the content is being engaged with, even if it's being engaged with in a negative fashion, it's actually going to get more traction. And I think that LinkedIn, like any social network, is a community-based enterprise, and people do tend to self-regulate because you don't want to be putting out content that's going to tarnish you or your company's reputation. So if somebody picks up something and says, well, a picture of your kid's birthday party, not LinkedIn content, although I think that would be fantastic LinkedIn content personally, then they probably won't do it again. And people do tend to resonate with content that addresses issues that they deal with day in, day out, whatever the niche may be, and that's the kind of content that seems to rise to the surface. And I think it's good quality, and I think people enjoy it and get something out of it. On the point of the types of people that look for LinkedIn as a news source, the other time that the non-C-suite audience is looking is when they're looking for work. So if you have recruitment pushes, obviously LinkedIn is a really good place to generate that almost destination marketing approach to showing your company as a good, lively place to work. That's
Great, thank you. Thank you all so much for your contributions today. I'm afraid that is all the time that we have for questions. And if I did see that there was at least one more question that didn't get answered, so we'll definitely put the team in contact with you to answer that question directly. Thank you all for being here today. The next webinar as part of our professional services series is Your Legal Compass, and that's going to be on Wednesday, October 2nd. And that'll be followed by Your Growth Path, and that'll be on Tuesday, November 26th. And you can register for both of those webinars at austmine.com.au. I would like to give, again, a really big thank you to Andrew, Julie, Hannah, and Emelia for sharing your expertise today. Some really fantastic insights and really just the importance of branding. Thank you to everyone who attended, and we look forward to welcoming you to our next webinar. So everyone enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks so much.
Feel free to give me a call, send me a message or an email. I really look forward to connecting with you all. So that's it for me, Tammy and Daniel. So thank you so much for your time. And I look forward to supporting your brand in this new era of sustainability. So that's it for me. Thank you so much. You are muted, Tammy.
Thank you so much, Julie. Really, really fantastic insights into how to incorporate ESG and sustainability goals into your brand. Thank you for that. All right, next